Min laptop istek, så jeg geil i den. Das sehen jetzt aus, geil.
Also nein, man würde ja sehen.
Wir sind live. Der 20 Sekunden Verzögerung.
Hello, guys.
Wow.
I think we're live. Probably.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, so now it started, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hello. This seems strangely familiar,
Mm-hmm.
as if we've done it before.
It's our second live stream ever.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you guys doing? How are we? I'm very good. I'm having a beer, so I'm good. How are you guys?
Wow, so many people.
All over the world again. Should we read countries again like last time? Maybe not. Wir können Hochdeutsch und Schweizerdeutsch.
Yeah, we do both of the things.
Yes.
Well, it's so great to see so many people here virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for being here, for being interested in this type of thing. Megacorps. Anna, you moved to a different room. I actually didn't. This is the same room I was in last time. Maybe it's tidier. Okay, guys, say something. This
What
is
kind
awkward.
of beer?
Oh.
Someone is asking. I'm drinking a local beer. Nothing special.
I hope.
Some people hate it. I like it.
I hope it's not. I have this. I didn't choose it. It was given to me.
Nice.
I have a spumante.
A what?
It's just Prosecco. I don't know
Oh.
why. I don't even like it.
It's classy. Well, all right. So as you guys might know, we are launching our locked out content stuff today. We're going to upload a first video after this live chat, sometime between 9 and 10 p.m. And for now, we are taking any and all questions you might have, and also requests for stuff you're going to want to see us do in the next few weeks. So if you send your questions into the chat, we're going to start picking hopefully as many as possible.
Yes, we are actually going to do a stream performance on the 3rd of May, if everything goes well.
Mm-hmm.
Team coffee or team tea?
Coffee.
Both.
Tea.
Wow.
What are you doing during the quarantine? Well, the usual. A lot of music. And we all do some special content for you guys. And yeah, what else?
Yeah, we've all been recording the stuff we are doing during quarantine, and we're gonna upload that for you as part of this campaign in the next few days.
I think quarantine for us is not that much different than without the quarantine. The only thing that we're really missing is touring, obviously. I'm missing doing studio productions. Now I'm just here alone. But apart from that, things haven't really changed.
Someone's asking if we're living together.
No.
No, but we're in the same city.
Yes, very close.
Oh, discovered any new bands recently? Actually, yes, I discovered a really cool band, and they're called Giraffes. Giraffes. So giraffes with a question mark and then giraffes with an exclamation mark.
Are you gonna record and release Tears of a Stoic? This is an interesting question. Well, actually, we did record it already. It's called
What?
Hullabaloo.
Right? That was the working title of
Yeah,
Hullabaloo.
that was the working title, and we somehow thought it sounds a bit pretentious. So
Hullabaloo, however, sounds really cool.
hullabaloo.
Have we had formal music education? I tried. I spent about 6 months at music school, and that is all the formal education that I could bear. So I then stopped and joined a folk metal band instead.
Same here. Well, I didn't even try. I just didn't have any. I joined Velvety, same band as Merlin, when I was 16. So I basically just left school, and that was it. I'm trying to, at the moment, since we have some time, I'm trying to catch up on music theory because I think it would help me in communicating. Like instead of singing chords to someone, I can just tell them which chord I would like to hear. But yeah, so that's basically it.
I did have some piano lessons as a child for about 5 years. But after that, I did everything on my own. Yep, that's it. So what about the US tour? Actually, we were planning to come to the US this year, but because of this whole pandemic, we can't. So we're planning to come next year, hopefully as early as possible.
That was extremely depressing. We actually had the whole tour together. We were about to announce the dates, and then we had to cancel them all. So we're hoping to just move them to the first half of next year, and we will post an update about that as soon as possible.
Yeah. The concept of the live stream on the 3rd of May, are you playing live in the same room? Well, yes, that would be the idea. I don't know if you gathered, but we were supposed to do that today, actually. And when we planned that, we had no idea of how this whole corona thing was going to play out. And the government had to take such extreme measures so that we actually had to move the live stream to the 3rd of May. And we really hope that we'll be able to be in the same room by then. Yeah, fingers crossed, because we are all sticking to the things that are suggested, and we're not seeing each other. So yeah.
That's right. But once it does happen, the plan is definitely to, well, for the concept to be a live show, so to speak. So it's not going to be on a stage in a venue, but it's going to be in a studio, but we're all going to be in the same room for sure. And it's going to be live and a full set. And I think it's going to be nice.
So, oh, we're bad at this.
Yeah.
There's just so many things. Do you ever talk to any of the members of Velvety? Well, yeah, in fact, we do. We just met up with Kriegel recently, and I recently worked with Fabienne and with Jonas. They have a new project called Illumishade, and it's really cool. And I was jumping in for Tommy Fetterly to do some recording with them. So I engineered a lot of the backing vocals, and it was really, really fun. Now it's Ivo's turn.
In terms of music, did you have a different writing process with the spell since it was a concept album? Yes, it was the other way around. This time we wrote the story, or Anna wrote the story first, and we had song titles before we wrote the actual songs. So it was like the other way around than you normally do with writing music. Or do you have something to add, Anna?
I don't.
Good.
It
I
was a
think what
cool.
was
No, sorry. Oh no, you go.
another thing that was kind of different was that we didn't actually write the whole thing before we went to the studio. So I think in hindsight, that has good and bad sides to it, but it was interesting for sure. So we actually spent quite some time at Anna's studio to still work out the songs. And Insomnia, for example, is a song that really came together in the studio as we were recording.
Yeah, and it was really cool actually working to writing music according to an already fixed concept. We actually thought it would be harder to do so, but it actually ended up being easier at times because sometimes you just don't have ideas, you don't know what to write, what kind of melodies or chords, and here you could just kind of fall back on what the story's telling or supposed to tell and get inspired by that. So I think all of us really became a fan of concept albums.
Yes.
Yeah, so plans to do more Lethe with Torhelge? Yes, actually, we are working on a song as we speak. We're just kind of sending files back and forth because I can't go visit him at the moment. But we actually might release a song soon.
That's cool.
How
Somebody's.
has this... Oh, your turn.
I don't know. I lost track.
Should we do like sorry guys, because we're really not used to this. We're more kind of like the old school, just sitting at a table and talking and then doing other things from time to time. So should we do like an order, like now I said something and then Ivo and then, or you know what I mean?
Yes. Let's
Yes.
go
Yes.
clockwise.
Okay.
So it's Ivo's turn.
Okay.
Okay. Ivo, what are your thoughts about baritone guitars? I actually have one baritone guitar with me. I can show it. I like baritone guitars because they sound different, and of course they feel different because the neck is longer. But for live, I prefer normal scale guitars because I don't have the longest fingers, so they're easier to play live.
Okay. Somebody asks, can you say something in Spanish, and sends many purple hearts. So I can say, ¿Dónde está una tequila?
Wow.
What about you guys? I have no idea if that's correct.
But that sounded legit.
Yeah.
It sounded pretty Spanish, didn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded really Spanish.
So can you say something in Spanish?
I don't think I can.
Hola?
That doesn't count.
No?
Doesn't.
Okay. I tried.
I
Was an
actually
honest
think
try.
all of us should learn Spanish.
Yes, absolutely.
There's like no reason not to learn it.
I agree.
I suppose, yeah.
So next time, next tour.
Next time we'll do a live stream in Spanish.
Yes.
Am I still practicing the theremin? I would like to, but it's just really, really hard. My partner gave it to me as a birthday present, and he thinks really highly of me for some reason. So he thought that I would just kind of nail it. And so he didn't give me the easy one that kind of already does pitch correction. And it's impossible. I love the thing, and I did some experimenting with it actually on our album. On the song Sleep, you can hear some weird soundscapes. But I'm nowhere near actually playing a melody that you could pinpoint what it is. So, yeah.
Question to me about Forest of Fog, if I'm writing more music right now. Yes, I actually am. Today I was writing and probably tomorrow as well. And yeah, hopefully this year I'm ready to release an album.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh, somebody's asking me if I recall, I like photography, if I'm planning to do any creative photos during the quarantine, and what camera do I have? I think I have my camera here. It's a Sony A7. I'm very happy with it. I went on a hike in like the nearby mountains today. I brought my camera, but I forgot to charge it, so I'll try again next weekend. However, my problem really isn't that I don't take enough pictures, but that then I'm too lazy to edit them, so that's why I haven't posted any in a while.
How many tattoos do I have and which one do I like best? It's really hard to choose. I don't know how many I have. It's not that much. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can't show you this one because, yeah, I'm not going to take off my shirt. This one's actually a design from Costin Fioriano, who did our album artwork. I've been a huge fan of his since forever. And so this has a lot of sentimental value to me. I really like the one on my ear as well. I got it in China. Actually, I could maybe, do this. Yeah. And I really like that one because it was a spontaneous idea. We were touring in China with Velvety, and I just kind of decided I want to get something. And I didn't even have a design or anything. I just told the guy to do something. And it turned out really nicely, but it really hurt.
Do you like video games? Yes, I think we do. Or me, at least.
Me too.
What about you too? Merlin, not
I
really.
zoned out. What do I like?
Do you
If
like
you like video games.
I used to as a teenager.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still a teenager.
Yeah, me too. We actually that was one idea that we might do some online gaming together for your entertainment. So we'll take requests there as well. And then we'll just have to force Merlin to have fun with us.
Yes. I think that is, we still have an unreleased video of us playing together, don't we?
We do.
Oh, yes, we have.
We do.
Maybe we should publish that video.
You sure?
Yeah. No, I'm not sure.
It was actually, can I tell the story? Do you want
I
to
think
tell the
so,
story?
yeah. Well, we can both tell the story.
It was ridiculous.
It was a game that Nuclear Blast sent to us because our music was used in a trailer.
Yeah.
And then we were gonna do some promotional cooperation. So you tell the story, you can tell it better.
But it's a funny story because,
Mhm.
as we already mentioned before, we're kind of old school. Even the whole, filming ourselves doing things, we don't do those kind of things. And we also don't really know YouTubers, and except my cousin, of course, Melanie Murphy. She's awesome. But so the whole thing of playing something and doing the screen capture, but also filming yourself with the phone, that was really high level shit for us. So we managed to get the screen capture to work, and we had Merlin's phone filming us. So it seemed like things should work out, but we somehow managed to fuck up either the screen capture or Merlin's phone battery died. So we actually only ended up with like 10 minutes of material from both sources that we could use. And we played
spent
the
the whole
game for like,
afternoon.
I don't know, how long did we play? Like 5 hours or
Yeah.
something? And we couldn't really do anything with it. So yeah, that was funny. Whose turn is it?
Merlin?
Is it mine? Shit, I
I
haven't.
think so.
Let me pick a question.
Or I can add to my question.
Yes, do that while I pick the next
Because
question.
there are some video game question what kind of games we play, and someone suggested to play Age of Empires.
Oh yes,
Anna
2.
loves that.
Age of Empires 2 is like the best game that has ever been made.
I think that's potentially true.
And someone mentioned we should have a Twitch channel. Actually, we do have one, right? Or not?
Well, I think we
do
made
now.
one for that stream we
Yeah,
recently did, but we haven't yet done anything with
Yeah.
it. So I've picked a question, Anna, Ivo, and Merlin. What is your favorite band that would surprise your fans? Let's start with Anna.
No, why do I have to go first? I need to think about this because surprise. What would be a surprise?
No.
I think a lot of when we played in Stockholm, I did this awkward announcement that one of my favorite bands, and actually a band that really inspired me with songwriting, is a really famous Swedish band called Kent. And it seemed that some people in the audience were a bit surprised because they're a bit popish, but I don't even feel that they are. But I don't. Most of you probably don't know the band, so this is not a fun answer. I don't know.
You want to try, Ivo?
It's really hard.
It's all black metal and it wouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah, all the black metal bands I like are probably nothing that surprising. So, I don't know. Tool is one of my favorites, but this is not that surprising as well. So is it more about the guilty pleasure?
Yeah, maybe admit to something shameful.
Okay. Well,
Oh, Eiffel 65. I forgot.
oh, Eiffel 65.
Everybody likes that. That's not really a guilty pleasure.
I agree.
Did you guys have the album though?
No.
I did not.
Yeah, see, there you go.
You think that's a win.
Okay, Ivo, it's still your turn though. You didn't actually.
It's my turn. Ivo, do you like Burzum? I do a little bit. I like some songs, but I don't really like what Varg did or does. So, but in terms of music, I like it.
It's really hard if you find out that musicians are complete dicks. It just makes you stop liking the music, doesn't it?
It's true.
Makes it more difficult. But did Ivo just talk himself out of admitting to a guilty pleasure?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Burzum.
He just picked another question.
Burzum it is.
Ah, okay. I see.
So Merlin.
Oh yes, mine. Well, actually, I think it's kind of your pick. You could name probably almost anything. In fact, I've been struggling with my Spotify account recently, kind of, because I like all kinds of different music, and to me it makes sense to sometimes put it together in a playlist. So I've been listening to a lot of Leprous, but I've also been listening to a lot of Wardruna. But then also I like stuff that you wouldn't expect, such as Beyonce or Billie Eilish. And then I will make myself playlists to listen throughout the day. And Spotify has these recommendation features where it suggests stuff that I might like, and it's absolutely terrible. There is nothing in there that I would listen to. I think I've just confused it so thoroughly that it has become completely useless to me.
That's funny.
But yeah, I like almost all genres of music, and I have a long list of guilty pleasures.
We're taking really long to answer questions.
Yes,
so
let's
many.
speed it up.
So, okay, somebody was commenting on that my Irish accent is stronger. That may very well be. Funny story. When I went to what's it called in English? Not Primarschule.
Primary school.
No, it's not called primary school.
Oh,
That's
It
a
isn't?
German. I think that's a German word. Just the school you go to when you're fucking, I don't know, 10. And I had a really strong Irish accent, but it was an American school in Switzerland. So I had to take extra English classes. And they got rid of my accent. If I would say up or 1, 2, 3, they'd say, no, that's wrong. And so that was kind of weird. Actually
That's
appalling.
fascist.
It is.
Mm.
But I was too young to realize that what they're doing is absolutely not okay. Elementary school, thank you. That's what I was looking for. So I had kind of a weird mix of American, Swiss, Irish for a really long time. And now I've actually seen my family a bit more, and I kind of got the accent back, and I speak it a lot when I'm talking to my dad or my family, which I'm seeing again gladly. I actually had to cancel a trip to Ireland because of coronavirus. My cousin got married, so that was very sad. And yeah, now it's Ivo's turn.
do you guys ever get to cross paths with Velvety? And is it weird and difficult to see them at a show or festival? Maybe like 3 years ago when we crossed paths, which doesn't happen regularly, but sometimes, on a festival. It was a bit weird, but I think last year we saw them at Greenfield Festival, and this was pretty cool. We had nice chats and talks and had a beer
Except
together.
that we stole their gear. No, I'm just kidding. It was
now it's on record.
their gear disappeared. We don't know how, obviously, but it was really weird because we were just there and kind of like, it wasn't us, guys. So, yeah. But we get along well. And I should say something super Irish like, that's grand, so it is. Ah, Jesus.
Well,
Okay,
there you go.
there you go.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
I thought so. What language do you usually speak to each other? And I remember earlier somebody asked if Swiss German is very different to German and if a German would understand us. So what we speak to each other is Swiss German. It is very different from German, I think, although it depends a little bit on the region you're from, because within Switzerland there are very different dialects of Swiss German, and a German person, I think, generally would not understand much of what we're saying. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Before you released your first record, you were in Musikburg and did an acoustic set and presented 1 or 2 songs from the then upcoming record in an acoustic arrangement. Any plans doing that again? Yeah, definitely. Even though I mean, I have to admit, I guess we are at our best when we're performing like full rock, metal, whatever songs. But I enjoy doing acoustic from time to time. And I think we might actually get better at it now because we're going to do some acoustic arrangements of our songs. So you can also tell us what you would like to hear. We're taking requests. Yes.
Why don't you have a bass player in the band? Because we are a 3-piece band. We decided to be a 3-piece band when we parted ways with Velvety. So yeah, that's that. And we have a session bass player called Nicholas Winter, and he's with us for, I think, like 3 years already. And yeah, he's, I would say, almost part of the band, but we still gonna stay a 3-piece as we are now.
My turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, question for each of you. What's your favorite Cellar Darling song, either to listen to or to perform? it's a question that is often asked, so I guess it's one of relevance. I don't have an overall favorite, I think, but I often have a favorite to play live. It just kind of changes from time to time. Right now, I would say it's there because it's very versatile, and I like the big doomy heavy part in the middle. How about Anna and Ivo?
I love playing Insomnia live because it has so many things in it. And it just has such an amazing energy live. And I think it kind of features all of our various sides. To listen, I don't know, I'm not listening to our music at the moment. I feel I need something new, which is why we might be working on something new. I'm gonna change my background to spice things up a bit.
My favorite song. My favorite song
That's
live is
fair.
also Insomnia, I would say. It's an epic song. And was there another question as well? No.
No, I think that's
Okay.
just what's your favorite to play and
Yeah, okay.
So whose turn is it?
Yours.
It's so difficult. You already answered Forest of Fog stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes, but you can answer it again.
Yes, he's working on Forest of Fog. I actually want to hear it too. What's your plans after Corona? Hopefully something not involving Corona. We obviously hope that we can get back to touring as soon as possible again. We're working on some new music. Yeah, I think that's it, right?
I think we have good stuff in the works. Actually, we're gonna do a European tour before the year ends. We cannot say when or with whom yet, but I think it's going to be really
I
cool.
forgot about that.
And we are working on rescheduling at least some of the shows. So we're still gonna be part of Prognosis Festival. It's gonna be in September. And yeah, I think that's all that is clearly planned so far, but there may or may not be some new music coming up as well, as Anna mentioned. There probably is, but it's a secret.
Favorite movies, TV shows. Mine is at the moment Vikings. I'm catching up on that. And I really liked the TV show Chernobyl.
Oh,
That
God.
was really intense, but good series.
It just doesn't make you feel much better about the
Nope.
world.
Oh, especially now. What about you guys?
I'm not watching anything at the moment because, believe it or not, I don't have time.
The question was, what's your favorite?
Oh, TV show?
Or movies? Hard one,
Um,
right?
yeah, I hate these questions that should be so obvious, but you just don't know the answer. I also really enjoyed Chernobyl. Okay, let's do new movies. Otherwise, I would just say Braveheart. I really enjoyed Joker, which is also, I mean, who didn't, right? So, yeah, that was boring. Merlin.
The question is favorite movies or series?
Yes.
Do I remember that correctly? Okay, well, I watched I would say, well, it's kind of difficult, but last night I watched again Apocalypse Now. I think that's a reasonable choice for favorite movie, but it is also for many other people, so it's not very surprising. There is Requiem for a Dream. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's also one of my favorite books of all time. So go and read the book and watch the movie and then repeat. And series, I really can't choose anymore. I kind of stopped watching Netflix and whatnot. It took too much time. But before that, I would see a new series and then I thought it's the best I've ever seen. And then I saw another and I thought that's the best I've ever seen. Recently, relatively recently, I saw Westworld. I thought that's the best I've ever seen. But then I watched some of the new season and that's shit. So it does not get the title. Is it my turn again?
Oh, somebody asked if we've seen The Witcher. We can kind of connect that to
Mhm.
the interesting thing is I'm a huge Witcher fan. I've read all the books and then I played the games. Unfortunately, not the newest one because you can't play it on a Mac. So, but I love the games. I absolutely love the books, but I haven't watched the series yet. I'm kind of reluctant to. I don't know why. I'm scared that it will disappoint me. So, Ivo, have you read the Witcher books that I gave you for your birthday? No, you haven't.
I definitely read about 2 chapters of it, but it's still on my list. It is. And I haven't watched the series yet. Only like one episode. Was all right, but yeah, I might give it a try.
I saw the love scene from the game, not from the series, played on a PlayStation by Conan O'Brien on his TV show, but I saw it on YouTube. That's
yeah.
all the relationship I have with The Witcher, I'm
I
afraid.
saw that too. Yeah.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
It's probably mine if there's awkward silence. Okay, so somebody asked, Merlin, what recommendations do you have for music, band, business, education, books, articles, etc.? And I don't hear that question often, so thanks. For those that don't know, I also do some band management, including Cellar. Now, I don't know if I can recommend you any books about music business education, but I recently read one called Blockbusters. It's a very interesting book that explores how and why blockbuster movies are made the way they are and why they are successful. And it also has some really interesting stuff about music. And then there's another book called The Long Tail. It's a bit older and it explores the importance of niches in the age of the internet. And I think that's very interesting because that's important to bands like Cellar or many other rock or metal bands, because we don't make music that you can play on the radio. So we really rely on this community of fans that we can reach through the internet that live all around the world and are into more interesting and special kinds of music. So those are 2 good books, I think, that you can read. Anna's turn.
Okay. Do I still see the guys of Frakmund? Yes, of course. They are actually, well, Kati and Dres are actually 2 of my very best friends. If the coronavirus isn't active, then I see them almost every weekend that I can. Yeah, but yeah, obviously I don't see them at the moment. And we are also kind of slowly working on a new album. So, yes.
Do you think you'll write any more songs in Swiss German? I love Hedonia so much. Well, we haven't talked about it, or have we?
We have not.
I would love to do a Swiss German song again. However, Swiss German is a special language, so I don't think every type of song would fit to Swiss German. But maybe Anna knows best.
I love singing Swiss German. I was actually surprised at how well it works. And I was also very surprised by the reactions of people. Yeah, you guys seem to enjoy it. So I think we could definitely think about it. And I just realized I'm like in the middle of the chat. So what to do? Should I scroll to the end or kind of stay there? I don't know. I'm lost. What do I do? Guys.
I don't know.
Like, are you guys at the end or
Almost.
okay, because I'm not.
I'm just scrolling up and down like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just pure chaos.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
I don't know.
Yours.
Nice. Somebody asked favorite painter. I think that's a new one. I don't know why I picked that. I don't have a favorite painter. I would say, I don't know if that counts. Thomas Ott, he plays also in a band, a really cool band from Zurich. They are called Tarpont, and he is a scratch board artist. So he doesn't really paint, he doesn't really sketch, but he scratches boards, I guess. And that's some really cool stuff. I'm gonna put their Instagram into the chat so you can go have a look if you like, while Anna and Ivo are telling you their favorite painters.
I also don't know if he counts as a painter, but Hellenwein is my absolutely favorite artist. I know that he does paint, but he also does stuff with photography. And oh, actually, you can do screen sharing, so I could, because I'm sure that a lot of you don't know him. He does like really kind of just kind of distressing and unsettling images. This is my favorite. I will show it to you in a second. Oh fuck, how do I download this sheet? Awkward. Okay. So this should work, right? If I do the screen share, or is that stupid?
Well, it depends on what websites you have open.
Okay. So can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he does that kind of stuff, but it's sometimes, and he paints so realistically that it's sometimes impossible to tell. Okay, now it stopped sharing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can go to YouPorn again. No, just kidding. So yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to tell if it's actually a painting or a photo. And now I just closed YouTube, so I have to go back. Oh, this went really well, didn't it? Okay, Ivo.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I like a lot of the old painters. Well, like the ones few hundred years ago, like Rembrandt. You know Rembrandt? No.
Of course, yeah.
Are you
Sorry,
asking us? I
just
thought
zoned
you're
out
speaking to
listening.
the. I thought you're speaking to YouTube.
No.
Well, yes, I've heard of Rembrandt.
Yeah, I like those old painters. Of course, modern painters
I think you mean dead painters.
or dead painters. I'm sorry. Old. Yeah, dead. I like the dead ones.
I like the dead ones too. Actually, the dead ones are like the best in almost everything.
Right?
Also, writing and music, there's a lot of good dead people.
So if we want to become the best, whatever. Is it my turn?
Yes, maybe.
Ivo, how did you find solar guitars? Do you know Ola? No, I do not know Ola yet. Maybe I'll get him to know, but I found out about solar guitars because Tommy Fetterly gave me one guitar. He's the guitar player from Corona and also our producer. And he gave me one to try and I loved it. I played a show with it and I fell in love with it. So I just kept it, and I contacted Solar Guitars, and they were interested in working with me, and so here I am. Still very happy.
Cool. Someone's asking, what in-ear monitors are you using? That's an interesting question. We are using Sennheiser G3 series wireless in-ear monitors, and we are nowadays doing our own mix on a little wireless Soundcraft device kind of thing. And I really like that because it means that I can take charge of my own shit on stage, which I always prefer over having to rely on other people.
Sennheiser are the best.
They are the best.
The best people and the best devices.
That's true. We're very lucky because we know some people at Sennheiser Switzerland, and they've been very supportive, which is extremely helpful because we know very well that bands really can't afford to buy that kind of stuff much of the time.
Yeah. So any advices for someone who starts with music production? I don't, it's kind of hard to give advice because I just kind of slid into there. It was like with music, I didn't really plan on doing that, and it just kind of happened. Nowadays there are a lot of sound schools, sound technician schools. You can study it. I learned by doing way. I just started mixing songs and playing around with plugins and kind of realized that I'm really into this. And then I started in this studio actually as kind of an apprentice. And first I was just cleaning and making coffee. And Marco Iancarelli, who is kind of the founder of this studio, he just showed me how to do things. And then at some point I started doing my own sessions, or I replaced him. And now I have my own control room and do my own productions. And I absolutely love this job. So yeah, I think if you already have a big interest and you have the ear for it, then just go ahead and start. You can start really small. You just need, I don't know, a laptop and some headphones, and you can just go from there and see what happens.
Do you know any Brazilian band? Yes, we do. Well, I do.
Deja vu.
Yes, I've seen the question 5 times now, so try to answer it. Of course, Sepultura, I love it. I love Crisium. You know how to...
Crisium, the death metal
Crisium.
band.
Yeah.
I don't think they're pronounced Crisium.
No, I don't think so too.
Well, that's how I pronounce them.
Crisium. I don't know. And
Sarcophago
as well. Yeah, those are like the most prominent ones for me. And do you like In Extremo? Yes, I do.
It's my turn, isn't it?
Yes.
This question has been posted twice, I think. Merlin, are you still into AeroPress? And what kind of coffee roast origin do you prefer? Well, I do still have my AeroPress. There have been several accidents with luggage full of coffee, so I don't travel it that much anymore. And I currently drink coffee from Sumatra because I've been going to Indonesia a couple of times, and I'm just kind of trying roasts from there now, because why not? What? Are you seeing the microphone question?
Yeah, this is brilliant. Merlin, why are you the only one using a bad microphone? Your colleagues are more professional. By pianist.
That is a good question, and I have no good answer. I'm really sorry. I apologize. I will do better next time.
So this was your question.
That was my question.
Okay, cool. My turn. Are you all really hiding in your homes because of the coronavirus? Do you go outside? I would say more or less I'm hiding at home. I do go out if I have to buy groceries, or I go for a walk sometimes. But basically, I stay at home. I guess it's the same for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm either at home, and then I take my bike and I come here to my studio, which is as isolated and as quarantined as I am at home. And since I have a bike, I don't need to use public transport. So I think all of us are really sticking to the rules. I mean, to the recommendations, and it's really hard. I mean, I'm not seeing my partner at the moment. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that I have my studio at least where I can come and isolate with some better gear than at home. Pardon?
Oh. Well, yeah, like Anna said and Ivo said, we're all sticking to the rules and recommendations. That's important. So don't not do that. I do try and get outside because I think if I don't get any fresh air or sun, I'm gonna shoot myself, and that's also dangerous. But I think that we're very lucky here in Lucerne because there are ways to do so while sticking to the rules. Today, for example, I went on a hike on a nearby hill. So since everything here is in walking distance, you don't have to take a bus, you don't have to take a train. If you're up for a few hours of walking, you can go and recharge your batteries in the nature without having to interact with anybody, which is basically how I recharge, whether there is a pandemic or not.
I think it would be a too much to ask, like to people for them to not go outside at all. I think it's just they want to kind of. They actually closed off the lake, like the.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
See that?
Oh,
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't walk at the lake anymore. But
Hmm.
yeah, I guess, I mean, if you go outside alone for a walk, I think you can't say anything against that.
Yeah, I do think that's allowed.
I went out yesterday evening. I went for a walk in the forest, and it was full of young people having parties.
Really?
Yes,
So you went and yelled at the young people having parties
of
outside,
course,
and
I
the
did.
the circle of life is
Yes.
complete.
Fucking Egypt.
Hmm.
Okay, so whose turn is it?
Merlin,
Probably.
isn't it?
Maybe. So somebody says, Merlin, any tips for getting such an astonishing beard? That question comes up so much that I came prepared this time. I have this product. I don't know if you can buy it outside of England. I buy it in England. It's the only product I use. It's a beard balm. I use it every day. Other than that, wash it every few days with soap. Do not wash it with soap every day, and that's all there is to it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Have you ever seen a ghost? I have never seen a ghost, but I've seen Ghost live. Actually 3 times so far. Last time I saw them was when they opened for Metallica, and they were much better than Metallica. Sorry. Ivo.
What?
Your turn.
Your
Yeah,
turn.
yeah. I know.
Or have you seen a ghost? I don't know.
Oh yeah, have you guys
Maybe
seen
both.
Ghost?
I have not seen a ghost, I think.
But you've seen Ghost.
I
Yes.
have seen Ghost. I have not seen Metallica. I can't compare.
Ivo, are you starting to grow a beard or just don't feel like shaving during quarantine? Yes, I'm starting to grow a beard, but let's see what happens. Maybe I'll shave it
Don't do that.
tomorrow or in a week. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I never had a beard before, so maybe it gets old quick. Don't know.
It's my turn, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. On your last tour, I saw that you played with the band Forever Still. What do you think of them? They are, well, they're a good band, obviously, because we brought them along with us, but they're also super great people. So if you don't know them, go give a listen. You won't regret it, I hope. I think.
Do you have a favorite bird? Which one is it? I love owls. What about you guys?
I have one, I think, on my phone. Let me check. Meanwhile, Merlin, what about your favorite bird?
I'm trying to Google its name.
What
Oh,
is
this
wrong
one.
with you people?
Look,
You can't like it that much if you have to.
can you guys see it?
Oh, that is a pretty cool bird.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a punk rock bird.
That bird is stylisher than all of us put together.
That is a stylish bird. What's his name?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick Mina Bird or Mina Bird. Mina Bird. It's a fictional bird. It's in a book by Aldous Huxley, and it says attention, attention, here and now, all the time.
Was
And
that
it reminds
Brave
the
New World or what?
No, it's Island. Brave New World is his dystopia, and Island is his utopia. So
Oh.
the birds on that island are reminding people to be mindful and in the moment. I think that's a pretty cool feature.
We should have those birds.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was that. So now Evo.
Oh, my turn, yeah. Wait a second. Do you speak Spanish? No. Do you know Cavalera Conspiracy? Yes. But I like old school Sepultura better, to be honest. And if you know some Spanish bands, I think we answered this question already.
No, that was last time.
Oh, that was last time, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we know Tundra. We like Tundra. But
yeah, they have,
other than
they have a
that,
new release, which is really good.
yeah. Oh, this is an interesting one. Sorry, I took a few questions. Do you guys get into a lot of arguments regarding the band's direction?
Why do you think this is interesting?
Yes, I'm looking forward to this answer.
No, I think it's interesting to know.
What do you want to tell us, Evo?
I say yes, I fucking hate the new direction. Now it's the time.
I always said I'm into doing black metal as well.
Right?
You have
What
to
about you,
kickstart
Merlin?
that. Or once we said we were going to do a thrash metal album.
I was going to say, I was not aware that we have a direction. So that's one of the few things we really can't argue about.
So we don't have any direction then.
Therefore, no argument.
Okay, that was it. Your turn.
Which places in Switzerland would you recommend for a mountain trip during summertime? That is a good question, because when you come to Switzerland for a mountain trip, you have to choose very carefully, because all our mountains are amazing, but some of the areas have been overrun by terrible tourist development. So I would nominate, and I'm going to write this in the chat because, you know, it's Swiss. It's called Engstlenalp. It's my favorite place in the mountains. Here you go. It has a very nice restaurant, a very nice mountain lake, and you can go on really beautiful hikes. And the owner of that place is resisting all the tourist development, so supporting him is a good thing. And fun fact, Cellar Darling had their very first photo shoot in 2016 at that lake. We rented a
Yeah, that was
boat.
nice.
I brought my camera, and it was a do-it-yourself kind of thing. What about you guys?
I couldn't even pick what was the question? Like favorite mountain or?
What you can recommend for a mountain trip in Switzerland in the summer?
I mean, it depends what you're looking for. There's incredibly difficult hikes and dangerous ones, which I absolutely love. Anything like from T6 upwards, where you have to do climbing and you could potentially like just die. It just gives me a weird rush. But if you just want to do something nice, I guess in our area, Pilatus is nice because you can actually start from the bottom and just walk up the entire thing and back down on the other side. It's going to take about, I don't know, 6 hours, 8?
Eight.
8.
Hmm.
So you don't have to do the touristy thing where you take the cable car.
It's advertised as a 2-day hike, actually.
No.
Yes,
Seriously?
that's how it's on the like
Okay.
official hiking guides.
I mean that's the thing. There's so many there's so many places. I think even if you would hike every single weekend of your life, you wouldn't be able to see everything in Switzerland. It's crazy. Ibo.
Pilatus or Zürichberg.
What?
He was
Uetliberg.
just making
Sorry.
jokes now, I think.
Do you mean the
The hill in
The
Zurich
hill?
he's
Yeah, the
talking
hill in
about.
Zurich.
hill in
I
Zurich?
grew up with that one. That's
Mhm.
my fucking hill. Not mountain, but hill.
The one we did together, the Göschener Alpsee, was nice. You
I
don't
don't think
remember?
I've been there.
You were there as well.
I was?
You weren't?
No,
When
I
was that?
wasn't, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, that was nice.
I guess I wasn't invited. Next question.
Who?
Is it my turn?
Who's your turn?
With what color would you describe each band member? I would say Merlin is red, Anna is purple, and I am
Black.
black.
No, you're blue.
Okay, double D. Okay. Is this accurate? What do you think, Merlin? Never mind your question.
Yes, difficult. I would like to be baby blue, but I don't know why.
Well, let's just all be who we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not. I have a headache. Whose turn is it? Merlin's.
Oh, it's probably mine. Maurizio, who we know from Brazil. Hi, Maurizio. It's nice that you're also here. Is asking, do you think these live sessions that are being made these days will continue after all of this? I don't know. I think that's a good question. I'm really looking forward to ours because we haven't ever done it. And that's not even true. We've done a live stream from fucking YouTube space in London, but that was kind of a professional thing. So YouTube, so we've never done it ourselves. And I think a lot depends on that because I think it's a cool feature. I don't think it could replace shows, obviously, but I do think it's nice because it's an online world. So it's an international, very much an international thing, music. I would love to see bands that I like play live just from my living room. Also because I'm very introverted and I do not like leaving my living room to go to concerts. What do you guys think?
I completely zoned out. I have
Mhm.
what?
The live session streams
Yes,
that are
yes.
now a thing, are they going to continue after
I don't
coronavirus?
I don't know. I'd love to play real shows again. I think what like the what one positive thing that we might take from all of this huge mess is that we're going to do more video content in general, because I was always very reluctant to do things like that, because I just don't like being in front of a camera, and I think, I'm weird and awkward, and I don't need to, show people. Um, but now we kind of have to do more filming and stuff like that, and it's just a matter of getting used to it. And I think after a month of doing it, we'll maybe be good at it. So you can probably expect more of that, and more maybe filming on tours and stuff like that. But I probably didn't actually answer the question, but who cares?
You kind of did.
Okay.
I think it's a cool thing, the live streaming stuff, because you can like have some content while watch some content from a band while being at home. Although I also don't think it's gonna replace live shows or something like that. But yeah, it's nice that we're doing it. We're learning now to do it. So you guys can expect more from us in the future. And I'm just seeing that it's 9:05 already. So we have about 10 minutes. Last round of questions for you
Last
guys.
round.
And I try to answer one. The Spell and High Above, these crowns are two of my favorite songs of all time. Is there a chance to hear that those two songs are going to be on the lockdown content as acoustic versions? Maybe. I would say there's a high chance that one of those songs are in the lockdown content. But yeah, let us know in the comments what kind of songs you'd like to hear, and we will think about it.
Yes.
Merlin, your turn.
Okay. This, yeah, I just lost it. While we're looking for it, I'm going to answer another. What's your favorite band from Germany? Two bands, Rammstein, who are amazing, and Odrerir, who are even better. The two should go on tour together. Does anybody want to tell the story why Odrerir are the best band in the world?
I'm not sure if we would tell the same story.
Oh, I see.
What's the story?
Well, I just thought because it's the first tour we ever did back
Oh
in
yeah.
Elo. So there was this other band. They also play very authentic pagan metal. Where they came to the tour bus with, I think, boxes of meat.
Oh yeah, it was 200 bottles or something.
200 bottles of meat or something. And I think we drank them all, and somebody brought more after 10 days or so. And I think we were best friends with all of them. Never before or after did we get along so well with anybody on tour, for better or worse. Now,
I don't
found my
remember
other,
a single night of that tour.
exactly my point. I think I can't find the question anymore, but I remember it more or less. Somebody asked, is it better? What's better to start with as a band? Is it playing live or releasing a record? And it's both. I think playing live is absolutely essential if you want to be like a traditional band, and you should get out there and do that. But I think nowadays, and that's one of the benefits, I guess, of the computerization of everything, is that there's really not any excuse not to make a record. I think if you want to make music, then you have everything available to you to make it, and you should do that and put it out and see how people respond to it. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Zoned out.
Yes.
what Ivo said.
Mhm.
I feel really bad that there's so many questions and
Yes.
we can't
Yes.
answer them all. So I'll just try to go really fast and just kind of get a few.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
This is going well. Okay, now I scrolled down. It's jumping all over the place. Anna, do you have cats? No, I don't. I used to have a dog and he died and I was really sad. And then I wrote Under the Oak Tree and that's for him. And so is High Above These Crowns. What kind of humor do you guys like? I like dark humor, but I also like cheesy humor, lighter humor. I like dark humor.
I like
Um,
memes.
memes are good as well. Um, I saw one about do I have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. He's a very patient man. Um, what advice would I give someone who wants to learn singing? Um, to turn off your head because it's going to get in the way of singing. What's your favorite band? Impossible to say. One of them's definitely Agent Fresco or King Crimson. Um, have you heard of the band Heilung? Yes, we have. We saw them live. It was really great. Do you believe in tarot? Is that something you believe in? I don't know. I thought it was a game. What do you listen to these days? Do you listen to the last Igor album? I actually had concert tickets to see them today, and it got cancelled. Okay, I'm tired, Eva.
Okay, Ivo, do you use a Dimarzio Crunchlab in your Silverburst Gibson Les Paul? Yes, this is a Dimarzio Crunchlab and it's amazing. Highly recommend it. Have you heard of the band Heilung? Yes, we've actually seen them live. They're really, really amazing. And I saw another question. Do you like Insomnium? Yes, we like them. I'm half Finnish, so I like Finnish bands in general. Also, if they're shit, I don't care. I like them because they're Finnish.
Finnish people are the best.
Right? I would love to see bass playthroughs of Hullabaloo, Dark Crusher, and Burn. Maybe. I'll write it down. Let's see. Ivo, do you speak Finnish? Any Finnish? Yes, I do. A little bit, mutta vaan vähän suomi.
Vedetään kännit ja sammutaan.
Sammutaan.
I know how to say that.
Ivo, do you like Nightwish? Well, not my favorite band. They're maybe a bit too nice for my taste.
You just said you like all Finnish bands.
Yeah, but I like the bass player is amazing. We met the bass player, right?
We toured with him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we toured with him.
Delane.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Great.
So yes, I like Nightwish as well.
So Merlin, some hyperspeed.
Hyperspeed. Shit. Would you ever come to Spain in the future? Yes, absolutely. We're working on it. Merlin, do you still have your old white silver Tama drum kit? Do you use it in the studio? Yes, and that's what I use it for exactly. That's my Tama Starcastic Kubinga. That's currently on the shelf in my rehearsal space, and it's always used in the studio, always has been for the last 6 years or so. Questions? Please tour end. I don't know what that means. Genesis? Yes, Genesis are cool. What's your favorite group activity? Playing music. The song Death is awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Which musicians did you hear the most while growing up? Queen. What about you guys?
I actually listened to a lot of Queen as well because my mother's a huge fan. The Beatles as well. I'm a Beatles child. And opera music.
Classical music in general.
Okay. few more. Merlin, as an introvert, was it hard for you to go on stage when you started touring? Actually, surprisingly, not that much, because playing the drums does not really involve a lot of contact with people. Fun fact. Audience is for me something different. I'm introverted when I'm in crowds, personally, but when I'm playing music, I like sharing the energy with people who are in the room. If there are people in the room, it's much more difficult if there's nobody showing up to your gig. Any plans to tour North America? I think that person wasn't here in the beginning. Yes, there were plans. We were going to come over in 2 months, but it got canceled, so that sucks. But we're working on it, and I think it's happening in the first half of next year. And any chance to see you on Ijshalige Nächte by Subway to Sally in a few years? Maybe. If they want us, I think we will be happy to come.
To
And
where?
maybe Ijshalige Nächte is Subway to Sally's yearly December tour.
Okay, I thought like, what, Subway at the show on the Subway? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are your hobbies besides music? I like photography. I read a lot. I like being out in nature, whether that's in Switzerland or elsewhere. My second favorite place is probably Scotland. I think we got many questions now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too.
So before we call it a day, today is the start of our lockdown content campaign, and a first video is going to be uploaded, well, let's say within the next 45 minutes. It's going to be available at cellardarling.com/lockdown content. I'm going to post that in the chat after, so you can click the link. We are going to read this chat to see any requests, and we're going to do our best to fulfill them. And meanwhile, if you have any other ideas or things that you want to see, write us on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever. We try to read all the comments. We try to reply to most of the messages, and we look forward to it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this and that we did a good job. We're always overwhelmed by how many people actually show up to these things. And your support has been absolutely amazing. And we're going to work hard to entertain you guys during this lockdown situation.
Yes.
So
Are we going to do another Q&A? Do we know that already? No?
We haven't planned one yet, but I think it's almost certain that we're going to be doing another sometime, probably before the live stream concert.
Yes.
yeah, why not?
That would be great. Yeah.
Just
Okay,
posting the
so
link.
so
See you next time.
See you
Thank
next
you all
time.
for taking part.
Yes. Thank
thank
you very
you
much.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We're just gonna linger here, aren't we? It's gonna be really awkward.